jumping like a rock band. You know me, I love my green and cheese like a...
It's week 2 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on the Cardinals' electric quarterback. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Cardinals and the Giants, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road, and that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 23 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that?
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So out come the Cardinals and their offense in great starting field position. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. We'll take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game. And, gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder, in this organization, are they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late-season push and let everyone back? It certainly feels that way, the number of injuries they've had already.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Dobbs to throw. He'll dump this one off to counter. Touchdown! James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Throwing, Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Daniel Bellinger, the intended target that time. And it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1. Yeah. Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. They'll look to set up his blockers. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Dobbs throw here into the hands of Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Dobbs. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. For this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Jones. Incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Look at this Arizona defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit,
pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Thomas, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
That's a really done a good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, and a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
It's fielded at the 45. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Back to throw Dobbs. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown! Rondale Moore, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time. Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, there's the always dangerous Rondale Moore. He and this offense ready to begin the upcoming series.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now Dobbs. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to the touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead. But it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. And New York set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
A gain of 15. And the Giants first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the 41, Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Leading this Cardinals offense back onto the field, there's Rondale Moore.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get up to the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Flipped down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Jones now throwing to start the drive. Fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start out in the Golden State, California. North meeting South. San Francisco heading to SoFi to take on L.A. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Dobbs.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Rondell Moore
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out in the end zone, they start at the 25, so the minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to...
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Cameron Thomas picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. Well, there's the always dangerous Rondale Moore. He and this offense ready to begin the upcoming series. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Here's a diving catch right side.
And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Number 86, Zach Ertz. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Dobbs. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz from 4 yards out. And the Cards have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now Jones on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 45-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Giants.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Half 18, half 18. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Looking to throw, Jones. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Carlos Watkins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. But a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlepp-Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Prater on to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Jones to throw on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal, Giants.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Now Greg Dortch going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught at the 25.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A huge play there for Arizona. 64 yards.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Prater for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Them front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Arizona, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Whole club selling out of hitter.